So, the main reason I started this channel was to help other people with their getting over the, narcissistic abuse and abuse in general, things that, that y'all have been through, just to share some things that have worked for me. One of the things that I've talked about on this channel is not taking the bait. I share my stories with you guys so that you know, one, you're not alone. It's also therapy for me to share. If you've been following my channel for a little while now, like over the past year, then you probably know that I had some troubles with my landlord. You can go back and look at those videos, but to summarize it for you, he was living in my garage for the first 3.5 years of my renting this house from him. The original agreement was 2 months. He was supposedly waiting on a job to come through, and then he was moving to another state. 3.5 years later, I finally had to get an attorney to get him to move out. Meanwhile, all during the COVID, all during everything, the shutdown of my daycare, just during the whole time, he tried to kick me out, saying rent was late, when in fact I was paying a month early, because according to my lease, I didn't have to pay rent till the last day of the month. But anytime I tried to abide by that, I would receive long, threatening messages via Facebook. I finally got to the point where I stood up for myself. In my business, I wasn't going to take that crap anymore. He and I met online, so the relationship was sketchy from the start. And anyways, live and learn. So now this month, or last month rather, I can tell you, it was on me. The rent was about 1.5 weeks late. Well, a full 2 weeks if you count the processing time that the bank takes to send the wire transfer from my bank to his, which is not the same bank. But it was only late because I forgot. I went ahead and paid bills. I did what I had to do. And I just forgot. And I've said this a lot on this channel, but it bears repeating. I work 11 hours a day, 5 days a week. I have a lot going on. Sometimes I'm going to forget. Well, as soon as I remembered, I sent the rent on with a note, on the bottom that, I apologized. It was on me this time. I forgot. I get a text from him because I've got him blocked from Facebook now, and he's been told by my attorney not to contact me anymore except through him. Narcissists don't respect boundaries at all. I get a text from him yesterday, again, threatening me. And condescendingly calling me dear and sunshine. And those were pet names that he called me when we first met. But he uses them in condescending manner. And so I had to come back and say, look, don't call me those names anymore. It's Miss Collins, for you. And, of course, he came off with the same threats he always makes. He's like, thank you for being late on your rent. That just, enjoy the house while you can. I have a lease that's not up until July of 2024. Now, I hate to admit this, but it ruffled me more than I would like for it to have. And I took the bait. And so I finally said everything that I had been wanting to say to him. You know, I let him know that I put up with too much here for the 3.5 years that he was here. I technically was not supposed to have to even pay rent until I had possession of the property, which I didn't fully have because he lived in the garage. He controlled the yard and everything. The kids couldn't use it. Excuse me. I am sorry. I don't know about y'all, but my allergies are kicking my butt lately. Oh my gosh. Anyway, like I said, you can go back and watch those videos. I'm recording this because, just to let you know, this is just another example of how narcissists, they don't respect boundaries. They always just, they really believe that they're right all the time. Does not matter what you say to them. Any reaction they can get out of you feeds their ego. Any reaction. And I hate to say it, but he did get a reaction out of me. And I finally let him have it. Everything I've been wanting to say to him since he started his mess with me. I let him know that he's been using me from the first day he met me. I also let him know that what he's doing is harassment. I'm not going to stand for it. And that he is not going to bother me anymore. I blocked him from my phone so he can't text me anymore. He refuses to give me a physical address. I have a P.O. box. It's not hard to find a physical address, but he's like, I'm not giving you a physical address. I'm not stupid. As if if anything, I feel like I should probably get a restraining order on him because of the way he constantly threatens and harasses me. I thought I hadn't heard anything from him since October when he moved out. And it's been such a peaceful 6 months too, let me tell you. And then that's what they do too. And then they just, any excuse, and then there they go, they pop up again. And it would not surprise me for him to just show up at the house one day. So I kind of feel like a restraining order would be in order, but where would they send it? You see, that's why he doesn't want me to have his physical address, but I'm sure that like the authorities could find him. Anyways, so I did send the text messages to my attorney and let him know that he was, back at threatening me again. And I let him know why. I said, hey, yeah, this time my rent was late, but it's because I just got busy and forgot. And I'm busy. I work a lot. Sometimes I forget things. I feel like I forget things more and more lately. And then he comes off with like, your bank's processing time isn't my problem. It's not my bank's processing time. It comes out of my account immediately. His bank is holding it for like 3 to 5 days. I don't know why. But it's not my bank's processing time. I think from now on I'm going to send my rent through check and certified. Make them go to the P.O. box and have to sign for it. This is just, and I'm upset, and it really did mess with my mood all day today. I'm upset that I let it bother me, and I feel like any good narcissist, I feel like he's just never going to leave me alone until I move from here. Like, that's his whole reason. That's his whole purpose for harassing me, because he wants me to move. The thing is, I really can't right now. I actually need this next year to find a place. Everything's gotten expensive, and I haven't even. I have to figure out what I'm going to do when this lease is up. I've got decisions to make. And I'm not looking forward to making those decisions. But I'm not going to let him push me around. And I'm not going to let him bully me. And I continue to stand up for myself. But just sharing this so that you know, they don't quit. Narcissists do not quit. Just when you think it's safe to go back into the water, narcissists do not quit. So as far as he goes, I've blocked him from my phone too. And if I have to change my phone number, then I will. But as I said, he can always show up here, So I kind of feel like a restraining order might be the way to go. And just force him to go through an attorney, mine or his. He doesn't have one. And I even told him, I said, look, if you feel like you have a lawful reason to kick me out, have your attorney contact me. We'll go from there. I let him know that I definitely would fight him in court if need be. But he doesn't have a lawful reason. Even being late, here and there. A judge isn't going to kick me out. Especially having a business that supplies money to the city. I'm not going anywhere. I don't think he even considers that, or the fact that he doesn't have any legal ground to stand on. He just likes to threaten. It makes him feel like a big man. You know what I'm saying? That's how narcissists are. They make threats. They like to intimidate. I'm bothered more by the fact that I'm not intimidated by him. I'm bothered more by the fact that I took the bait. Instead of just not responding to him and just sending it straight on to my attorney, which is what I should have done, I responded. And by doing that, I fed his narcissistic supply. So I blocked him from my phone to be sure that no future messages from him can come through. And if by some chance anything does, then I'll change my number. He doesn't need to have it. He knows where I live. So just know that you're not alone. If you're still dealing with narcissists from your past, they do not ever quit. Ever. And kind of in a similar note, that's why, and I'm just going to use this example because it's so worldwide known. That's why those who follow Amber Heard, making this hit list of celebrities to support Johnny Depp, is so dangerous. It is dangerous. I don't know what other word to use for it. And it makes sense that Johnny is kind of going back into his seclusion, so to speak. I know he's got the Hollywood Vampires tour coming up, but as I said, would not shock me to see him being more reserved than he was on his tour with Jeff Beck. So, but you guys, narcissists are nothing to, they're nothing to play with. The thing is, and it goes without saying, never fear truth. I love that phrase. Absolutely, never fear truth. As long as you've got the truth on your side, you're going to be okay.